I think it feels very rogue. If you've played other games or other MMOs, then it's going to feel very familiar to you. And the reason I say that is because he's right. Like there's a lot of skills that are very reminiscent, if not the same, as World of Warcraft's skills. I have a point to that, but you look at like things like backstab. Backstab is WoW. Kick, also in World of Warcraft. Poison, also in World of Warcraft. It's a little different execution on their poison, but it's kind of the same thing. You're basically dipping your weapons in poison. Shadow Step, for sure, it's a World of Warcraft spec. Shuriken is most definitely World of Warcraft. But I think the thing to remember is that two things. One, World of Warcraft's rogue has classic skills. So they wanted to give a classic feel for the rogue, and they pulled that off. The second thing is WoW's rogue is really fun to play.
Mm-hmm.
So why not use what works? So in those ways, in that realm, the rogue feels very comfortable, very approachable, and very familiar to play.
Oh yeah.
For other players who played MMOs. Where that's going to differ is in the things that you are going to be able to do with your rogue.
Oh yeah.
And I'm specifically talking about the augment system. That is where every archetype, no matter what you choose, and no matter how iconic that archetype is, you are going to be able to put it into a gameplay style that fits you. And that's where the uniqueness of not just the rogue, every character that you can roll in Ashes of Creation will show up. You have a billion variations. Well, you have 64 variations that you can
1 million
spec your character into to be different. And if you add on top of that, the ability to change your weapons, that's where the unique nature of rogue is going to come in. Because you got different weapons, different augments. That's where the customization comes in.
So, but that's just generally Ashes of Creation, right? Like, and
Right.
also we don't actually have any experience with the augment system, so we're speculating a little bit on that.
Yeah, we kind of know how it's going to work, but we just don't know the specifics of it.
Oh, true, but I think that the bigger thing is we don't know the feel of the impact of it. You know, like how much is this going to feel different? But it is a fair point, right? Like when asking like what makes this rogue different, and the answer is like the augment system, right? Like you get to do what you want with the rogue. That's a fair point. You didn't actually get to test that though, did you, JB?
The augment system?
Yeah, like
no,
you weren't able
no.
to put any augments on your rogue, right?
No, not at all. But I really went heavy on the tool side of things, like the toolkit, and so like the grappling hook, combine that with, and Cash mentioned poison. So poisons are different in Ash as opposed to Warcraft. So in WoW, you apply your poison that stays on. In Ashes of Creation, it is a skill. It's treated like a skill that lasts for 10 seconds in its current state right now. So if I want to apply a chill poison, you apply it like an ability, and so you would use that almost as part of your opener rotation for what you're doing in Ashes of Creation right now.
So it's like before the fight, you just real quick dump some stuff on your blade, knowing that this stuff will evaporate.
Yeah, and then and
not be around.
Yeah, and from my limited testing experience on it, you can only pick one poison that I saw. Now I don't know if you can pick more.
Yeah, that would make sense.
I'm gonna keep looking into that. But yeah, another quick tip I want to add about it is the grappling hook is on a 10-second cooldown timer right now, and you can use that thing. You can put it anywhere you want that I've seen. I've thrown it on the ground. I've thrown it on top of the roof. So if I'm fighting a mob, because stealth, the way the stealth mechanic works in this game, you cannot stealth up if you're within X amount of feet or whatever it is towards a mob.
20 meters.
20 meters.
20 meters.
So what you do, Sonny, if you need to get it easy out, if you're fighting something, you know as much as I do, the rogue is an opportunist. Maybe it's not going your way. You need an out. So what you do, you throw down your grappling hook on the ground, somewhere far away. It pulls you, and then what you can also do is do a feint, which is like your backflip, which gets you further away, and then you can stealth. So in the very least, my point is with the grappling hook, every 10 seconds, you've got a jail out of free card. which is really, really unique. Not to mention the smoke bombs and the caltrops, which I know we're going to be talking about, but like, it's fantastic.
Oh yeah, the caltrops.
Yeah, buddy.
Let me ask you this, Cash, because I think that this is an important question for people that haven't been able to experience the full level rogue. How does stealth feel?
Stealth feels weird. I am going to throw that out there. And the reason being is because it's a 20 meter, you can only use it within 20 meters of enemies. Now you do gain an advantage when you do that, but, and there, it looks like it only lasts a minute. So there's a countdown on that. And I don't know, like I haven't looked at it. Maybe the chat knows. I don't know if that countdown takes you out of stealth when it goes up, or if that is just the cooldown for using stealth again. So it does feel a little weird, especially from somebody who's used to using permanent stealth in games like World of Warcraft. But at least it's not the stealth of like ESO, which I hated. I'm more like games that have the permanent stealth ability. So anyway, there is, it's weird having to get 20 meters away from a mob before you can do it.
You're able to do it.
Yeah. Yes. So I'm kind of torn because I don't like that, but at the same time, it makes sense. If you're within 20 meters of something, it's probably going to root you out. So
you can get within 20 meters, right? Like you can only turn it on when you're outside, but you can get closer, or can you not?
You can't. Sorry,
like you have to be able to, because you got to be able to use your advantage to stab a guy.
Yeah, but you can't. Okay, so the tooltip literally says fade into the shadows, becoming invisible, only usable when 20 meters away from enemies.
So that's to turn it on. Is what
to turn it on.
So to turn it on, you have to be out there. Yeah, that does make a lot of sense, right? Like if you're having coffee and talking to a guy, and all of a sudden he's like stealth.
I know. you just like slam up against the wall in your trench coat.
Right? It's like, Gary, like it doesn't work. Like Gary, you got to be 20 meters away before I stop seeing you.
Yeah, I think there should be some variation of that though. So like with the smoke bomb in the game, it's not like your normal smoke bomb. Like when you throw that thing down, Sonny, you can't see through it at all. Like no one can see through this thing. You can't see through it. The enemy can't see through it. And when you're in there, you get a bonus to your evasion. I believe it's 25%. So here's my thought. Like,
so what do? You just like run around,
swing like crazy, Sonny. Swing that down.
Stab, dude.
But here's my thing. Like, if you're going to be throwing that down at that, I think if you're, that's exactly what it is.
Are you playing the drums?
That's exactly what it looks like, Sonny. Dude, that's exactly.
Can I get him?
Oh, that's so true. I think, though, honestly, in your smoke bomb, you should be able to stealth. You throw down the smoke, no one can see in, you can't see anywhere. That's when you should be able to use your stealth, regardless of how many feet you are.
Oh, for sure.
Yep,
100% agree with
that. Very good point. Yep. And I mean, even if they were to do a longer cooldown on smoke bomb, it almost acts as a vanish.
Yeah.
Like in Warcraft, right? Because you can hit vanish and you're out of combat and you stealth out.
Yeah.
So if you were to throw that smoke bomb and then stealth, that makes a lot of sense.